Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. In our fourth installment of the Introduction to Exercise series, we're going to be talking about a really important component, which is aerobic activity, aerobic fitness, I suppose. So we might not all be the fittest version of ourselves, and when we're in pain, it may not be something that we necessarily tend to think about, how fit we are, things like blood pressure, cholesterol, weight. But these things are really important, not just in a pain perspective, but in a whole body health perspective. So the fourth component for our introduction to exercise is actually talking about exercise and fitness. Now, this can, fitness, I suppose, and exercise can mean different things to different people. But the main exercise that we want to introduce people to is walking. Now, walking is cost effective. It's easy to do in the sense that all you need is, some clothes and a jacket maybe and an umbrella, but you don't need to go out and spend lots of money. So for today, we're going to be talking about walking. Now, not everyone may be keen walking advocates, and that's okay, but for the sake of the series and the sake of the program, we'd like people to be doing a bit of walking every day with the aim that they build up in small increments, hopefully, but it's really important that people track what they do each day, because if they do, then we tend to maybe surprise ourselves and show that we're doing good things, and actually, pat ourselves on the back when we do reach, short-term milestones and short-term goals. So the last section, as I said, with walking, we want to start with a certain amount of minutes or kilometers. You can sort of choose, but the idea is that you write it down. For example, 10 minutes, going for a 10-minute walk. You write it down, or you track it in your mobile phone, and the idea is that we, build on that each day. Now, the end goal to do with walking is to be able to do about half an hour of walking a day. Doesn't sound like a lot when you think about all the time we're on our feet, but actually a lot of people in Australia in particular don't actually meet the guidelines of half an hour of walking a day. The really good thing is that it doesn't have to be half an hour at once. There's good evidence to show that if we can go walking 10 minutes, maybe 3 times a day, or 5 minutes 6 times a day, that's still really good for health benefits for things like I mentioned, cholesterol, blood pressure, weight, mood, all these things. So one way that we can sort of really find good progress with tracking down your goals is to use an app on your phone. So one that we recommend downloading is an app called Fitbit. Now you might be thinking, oh, Fitbit are the things that go around my wrist. I don't have the money to go out and buy a Fitbit. Well, that's okay. You don't actually need to have the watch or the belt themselves. You can just have the app on your phone, and what will happen is it'll track how many steps you have, track how many kilometers you do for the day. And that's a really important thing for us to know, because that way we can know when to increase it. That way we know when to maybe modify your step load depending on how you're feeling and not flaring up, which is really important. So hopefully I can share this screen with you all, and I'll show you what it might look like. So on the screen, hopefully you've got coming up a screenshot of a Fitbit that I've got. So for example, it might show you that you've done 7,200 steps for the day. You burn a certain amount of calories or done a certain amount of kilometers walking. And this is really important information for us, because we know that if people are walking more, then they tend to reap all the benefits of walking, as I said. So just to summarize, really important that we can do, aiming to do at least half an hour a day. You can break it up. You don't have to necessarily do it all at once. Just going out and maybe starting with 5 minutes is a really good turning point, and maybe every couple of days building by 1 minute, for example. So you do 5 minutes one day, 6 minutes a couple of days later, and slowly building up to your target goal of half an hour. If you have any questions, as always, speak to the physio in charge. And there is a section in your books to write down this, or you can use your Fitbit on your phone, as I said.